Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video slash episode on this podcast slash YouTube channel. I hope everybody had a good holiday, y'all. I was literally wearing a robe that I put, if you guys watched my Christmas advent calendar video, I was talking about this pink robe that I wanted so bad, and I got it. And as soon as I put it on while I was filming right now, I started sweating, so I had to take it off. But you guys can check out my reel on Instagram or on YouTube Shorts if you want to see what else I got. I hope everybody had a good Stranger Things day yesterday because I know I did if you guys didn't know I was a fan. But anyway, all that rambling, let me get on to what this episode is really about. So I feel like I make a lot of podcast episodes on just like self journey. Well, I feel like that's kind of broad because there's different sects of self journey, relationships you have, hardships, different phases of life. But I think I touch a lot on relationships, romantic, or like going through family stuff, or just navigating the world. But I remember a couple months ago where someone recommended for me to talk about friendship, and I actually loved filming that episode, and I feel like I had a lot of good points. So here is another one on how I've been feeling recently. Yes, today we're gonna talk friendshipping as life in your 20s because nobody talks about how hard adult friendships are, especially at different phases in your life, right? Because me personally, I think I've stated on this channel before, my friends are really just my bitches that have been here for a while, like since childhood. My best friend I've known for 11 years. The friend I was talking about in the last story time, I've known her since I was 8. We grew up as neighbors. Yeah, like a lot of my friends have been my friends, like other people who have stuck around the area. I feel like I just haven't had much luck in adult friendships, but it's not only that. Like I said, it's where do you meet friends in general? It's like in common spaces. So in school, of course, I had friends in school. I played sports. I had friends in sports, right? But the older you get, it's like the less community you're around. You really have to try super hard to be in communities, right? Because now I'm just an adult. I'm not in school. I'm not in college. A lot of people make new friends in college. I made a couple. I only did college for almost 2 years. I didn't finish. So I made a couple of friends there, but nothing that really lasted. I fell out with some of them. And then also a place where I kind of felt like in community, but a lot of girls, especially, but people in general, y'all gotta watch your back too. Sometimes you'll feel in community when it's like you date people and then you guys have like a similar circle and then like your friends kind of with their friends or their friends' partners. Like I've had times like that, but maybe I'm a person where you're not sticking through that phase with me. Like if I'm apart from that person and you're not apart from them too, I don't want to do no, you know what I'm saying? So I've just had phases of like being more social, having more people around me, but right now it's been like a lot of my OGs, which I think is like a gift. Because not a lot of people have people who just like know them like that, and it's like it's really easy and really natural, and I don't have drama because my friends know how I am and they communicate to me and stuff. But it is kind of hard for me. I feel like to make friends in the place I'm in life. A 23-year-old girl who's just like work, 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 and that's it. Like it seems like that's the only place I would meet friends unless it's through other friends, which I've met people through other people, but it's still never been like it's been like we follow each other. I see them every once in a while. It's still not like friend like the deep bonds I have with my girls who really really know me. And I also think that kind of makes sense. Like that's not for everybody, you know. I like I said again, I think I'm really thankful to have people who know me and who I have that depth with. Some people feel like they have a lot of friends, but they don't have a friend like that where it's like I can call you ugly crying and you're not going to be like hello. Like you know, a lot of people are surrounded by a lot of people but they still feel so lonely because like doing something like that being like I need to see you or I need this or just like even just showing different sides of yourself, some people will be like, but I don't necessarily think that it is just my environment. I also think I'm at fault a little bit too. But let me explain. Yeah, I don't know, and I'm trying to figure out, and maybe this video, these thoughts, this outlet can help me think about it more. I'm like, I think I also stand in the way a little bit of my own social life because I, like maybe a lot of other Gen Zers or people who are class 2020, hey, um, can relate where it's like I've seen such a dramatic shift in myself post 2020, y'all. In high school, yes, when I was going to games, when I was hanging out with my friends, other friends, baby, I was making friends with everybody. Everybody's adding me on Snapchat. I'm having conversations with them. Um, I'm inviting them to other games with us. And then 2020 hits, this very isolating time, which was very crucial because it was my senior year. It's that transition from childhood to adulthood. And then I come out of it. I feel like in college, I'm ready to socialize again. And I'm kind of still like that, but a little more closed off. And I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like the shift of the world and then just like kind of combined with trauma. If you guys are new here, I don't know. Just dealing like cuz I'm someone who if you're not new here, I had a very bright childhood. I had two-parent household, loving household, middle class, birthday parties. Like I didn't really carry anything heavy from my childhood. Like for me, all the like betrayal and abuse and different stuff I've encountered has been like post 18. And now I'm 5 years past that point. Y'all, because 2025 about to be 2026. And this all went down in 2020. It's been a crazy 5, almost 6 years. And I know it's not just me. And I feel like because of the stuff and the relationships and the abuse and stuff I've went through as a young adult kind of like hit me like that stuff changes you. You know what I'm saying? Like when people say like, "Oh, that stuff changes me. I'll never be the same." Like sometimes I used to think quotes like that were so corny, but look who's boo the fool now. No, I'm playing. It's just the way they state it. But like it's real. Like I'm still her. I'm still me at the end of the day. Um, you know, to the core. But there's like a lot of things about the way I go about life and especially like letting people in that I feel like are very different than when I used to be younger and just so open and you know. But I also feel like it's a gift because I'm a lot more strict about like my boundaries and who I want to let in. But sometimes in the sense of friendship, I'm like, "Ah, y'all, I low key feel like I be overthinking friendships more than I overthink these men." And I'm not saying my OGs, like, don't get me started. Don't y'all. I'm not that mean where it's like girls cut off uh friends for one little thing, but they keep that man for the whole. I'm not like that. Y'all could both go. I just mean with new friendships, like I don't know. Like I feel like cuz I spent so many years recovering from like abuse and stuff like that, like isolated and just same people. It feels just scary to branch out sometimes, y'all. Like let me give y'all two examples of when I try to branch out and like make work friends, right? So I oh, this one is kind of tough, y'all. I don't know how like mind you, this is not the only two times I made friends, y'all. I'm just giving y'all examples. This one was really tricky though. And I don't think this girl had bad intentions, but I think this is a kind of one that kind of made me a little closed off when it comes to friendships. And I hate how I feel like this situation affected me, but it is touchy because it does have to deal with abuse. But we move. So, y'all know me. I'm a girl out of sight, out of mind when I'm done broken up with a dude. You're blocked. You're blocked. Literally, I'm 23. This dude who played in my face when I was 20 slid back in my DMs on my new account like a week ago. You're done. Who said you could exist in my world again? But anyway, so I was months post my abusive relationship. Yes, that boy you meet at 19. Go watch my video, the boy you meet at 19 theory. You'll get it. And I ended up making friends with this girl at work where we went to high school and stuff kind of just came up. And like, I don't know, she was reading my signals when she said what high school. Like, I don't know if any other people can relate, but as a victim like of abuse, like I feel like it's, especially back then when I was only months free from it could be very triggering to, like, it still kind of is, like, to even hear like, oh my god, they went to the same high school. What if they know each other? What if this and that? And like a conversation like that kind of came up, and she was like, oh, who did you date? I told her the name. She's like, oh, I remember him. They weren't friends or anything. Like, I don't know if she was just like trying to be a girl and trying to like hate on him with me, but she was like, yeah, I know. It wasn't like a, yeah, I know who that is. He was my bestie. It was like a, yeah, I know who that is. He was like weird. Like, he was weird. Checks out, right? So it was this whole thing. I don't know how I feel about this situation, y'all. I don't think this girl had bad intentions, but y'all are probably gonna hate on her. Anyway, so I made friends with this girl. I told her about that. I ended up being honest because I was like, I'd spent so much time like in the dark. I was like, why not air this out? Like, why do I have to be silent? Like, this is the first time I've been in proximity who like actually knew who my abuser was. And so like the more we became friends, I told her about it. And she was like very supportive. Like, ew, like I said, she didn't have a very positive image of him from the beginning. She was very supportive. Like, I'm so sorry about that. Like, he's so weird. Like, all she said all the right things, right? But I didn't necessarily be like, I didn't tell her exactly how to go about it, right? And so I remember eventually we hung out and stuff, and she ended up telling me that she was like telling her other friends about this who went to high school with him, right? And it's like, I feel like she kind of saw my face when I said it, and she was like, oh, like, did you not want me to like tell anyone? Like, and I was like, honestly, I didn't know because I had felt, I had like, I mean, back then I still was scared. Like, this gave me a whole panic attack, guys. Honestly, this day gave me a panic attack and a depressive episode for like a whole week because it was like I said, I decided to tell this new friend pretty early about all this stuff because it's like one, the connection, two, it's just like stand in my power a little bit. Like maybe I should have took it a little slow for my own benefit, but it was just like I told her, I was like, I don't know. Because I'd always been scared, like when you deal with abuse, I specifically, um, like, I was very scarred from this person. I was emotionally abused and sexually abused, and I wasn't in therapy yet. I was just like, it was a lot, right? And I was conflicted on, like, well, I guess that is nice that like some people know the truth about him because you're like, you go back and forth about abuse where you're like, yeah, I wish everyone could see who this is. But then you're always like, but I'm kind of scared if they find out I'm talking because at the end of the day, that was still the person who used to threaten me and do things to me against my will and still knows my address and could find a different way to talk to me, which he has before. If y'all don't know that story time, go look for it. And I was very conflicted. Like, I truly don't think this girl had bad intentions, but I do think she should have asked before like talking about my abuse like it was hot gossip. Like, I don't think she meant harm, but I know y'all probably gonna eat her up. Like, I don't know. So I basically told her, I was like, I mean, I didn't like tell you to do that, but I guess I didn't tell you not to either. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not like telling everyone. I was just telling like a few friends who knew him too. And they were just kind of with me, like, yeah, ew, like he's so weird. Like, that's crazy, like that he's like that. And like you met a girl he did that to. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know, y'all. And that was another friendship where it just kind of faded. Like we hung out before and then it was like rescheduling and then never made the effort to really reschedule. And I remember like not really talking to anyone about this but my best friend, but also saying like I felt like sometimes when we hung out, it was kind of still a little bit of gossip when that was still a very touchy, traumatic time for me. But like being like, well, what did he do exactly? Like, I want to know. And like, kind of like girl, my sexual abuse and trauma isn't really like what I want to describe over dinner. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, even when I opened up to my best friend, like, she wasn't like, well, what exactly happened? She was just kind of hearing it at ear. I told her all the details when I wanted to. And like I said, I don't, some people don't just don't know. It's like kind of touchy. So that's what I'm saying. I try not to like be too harsh. But yeah, now I'm really coming to the epiphany. I was like, well, that's probably one of the key examples of me being a little guarded when it comes to women. Well, not women, friendships in general, but I don't want to be friends with a man. I'm just playing. We could be friends. Like, we could be homies if you're cool, but I got stories on that too. Like, I feel like straight men can never just be with my friend. Like, all of a sudden, y'all want to drop a little, and no, because if I thought you were cute, you wouldn't be my friend, babe. You'd be my man. So now that I'm processing this a little bit, because this was like a while ago, I'm like, I definitely think that is a factor. But honestly, you guys know I make a lot of content too, just kind of like advocating for women, advocating for my bitches, you know? And I see a lot of ugly gender wars and honestly behaviors on the internet. Like I said, because the bitches I keep close to me, they don't play. Like, I don't know. It's very discouraging to see a lot of like, and again, I'm not ill. I'm not trying to sound like a man being like, yeah, I'm generalizing women on the internet. And so I hate all women. Like, what? Save young boys from that thought process. But me, like, making content advocating for women and our rights and our freedom of speech and just to be and not give up, like, I get backlash from a lot of other women. Y'all, I seen this video the other day of this lady talking about opening up about her sexual abuse in a marriage. Why did another woman, it was a black woman in the video, a black woman to another black woman commented on the video with some Christian, it, a verse talking about verse, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't because he was your husband. Like, that's supposed to happen. You're supposed to let that happen. That's the type of backlash that some women get for speaking about their stories from other women. Don't get me started, y'all. I used to argue with so many other women about the no ring conversation. Mind your business. No, I'm not someone who supports starting families by accident and not thinking critically. Yes, like bringing a child into the world and a family is all very serious things. But y'all are so mad about a girl because she's in love and she's been in love in 3 years and she's decided to have a baby with a man who treats her amazing because she doesn't have a ring? Y'all are mad about that? Like, it's almost like it's not your like, y'all, I argued with so many women on that because again, as a person who's not religious, a lot of women argue and put those religious standards on women. What if they're not a part of your belief? And even if it doesn't have to do with their belief, why do they have to subscribe to your idea of the timeline and all that? Like, I'm literally a prime example, y'all. My parents are flourishing college sweethearts that had me and my sister before they got married. Then they had got married and had my brother. And what y'all gonna tell them? Exactly. Exactly. I don't know, y'all. I just think, and I hope some of my girls can feel me on this one. Like, just as this world, especially as this country gets into deep, dark times, like I said, I'm strict. I started being strict with men. I'm real strict with women too, because like friendships, because those are important and people I want to trust and not think are doing some crazy stuff or have some weird ideas about and judgments. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that serious? Like, I don't want to be friends with a pro life girl. This ain't your vagina. Like, what? Like, it's just stuff like that is really that serious. What do you mean? Why? Why you need to know all of them? Girl, no, y'all. I just feel like being in an environment that's not very social. And then, like I said, just adult friendships just take work. Like, that's just the truth. And then just like our country just having so many divides. Let me not start to go down that because then I'm gonna get scared. But it's just hard, y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, does anyone else ever feel like that? I'm like, ah, it was so like much simpler like when you're younger and you're such a social butterfly and you don't think about all these things. Like, it's just like everyone's my friend. Like, girl, no, not everyone's your friend. Like, is your friend gonna do the if I'm friends with a girl who's friends with the guy I'm dating or something like that, and then he does something like that, is it gonna be who's gonna be like, oh, I'm still cool with both of you guys. I love both of you guys, or is it gonna be that rides for me? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's just so many things to unpack, and maybe I'm overthinking it, and like that's kind of a part of life. Just like with dating, how I'm very strict, but I think of a lot of stuff too, where it's like, Alicia, you can't know everything in the beginning. Sometimes you're just gonna have to find out. But I feel like it's just almost harder to find out with women sometimes because I feel like I put so much faith in women because I love us. Like, I love us and just want to believe that the bitches around me are all real just like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like that's kind of the times. But I also love, y'all know how people be like, I hate this generation. I was born to, I wasn't. I love the internets. Like I said, I do have a few close friends and people that I have around me that I'm very blessed to have that know me, that there's no drama. Um, but also the internet. Like I found so much internet on the community. Like y'all, I be feeling like my mutuals are really my homegirls. Like, what you mean? I don't care that she lives on the East Coast and I live in California. That's my like what? Yeah, that's my friend. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think that the internet is a very beautiful place, especially for representation. Like, I think again, I'm thankful to be a SoCal. Um, any other girls in SoCal want to be friends? Slide in my DMs. What's up? Um, like an area that I feel like is pretty accepting, but you know, there's some people who live in a gas state, small town where they're queer or something and nobody else like that is around them and they could get on the internet and online date or be friends and beef with other people or or yeah, like I think the internet is a beautiful place and I'm grateful for my internet communities and my real life communities. But yeah, it gets tricky, it gets a little lonely, but I think I'm glad I could get these thoughts off my chest and let you guys know what you think because I know I'm not the only one. That's another beautiful thing about the internet is you really see the insight of a lot of stuff. And I hope that's how my page makes you guys feel. Anyways, I was just rambling a lot, y'all. um, Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to another podcast episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Hopefully, I will catch you guys one more time before it's the new year. I don't know, y'all. Am I gonna be too damaged from that Stranger Things finale? Like, I don't know. Volume 2 was tea, but like I'm kind of scared for the last one. But I'm happy we don't have to wait a whole nother month again. Anyways, as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.